What's going on, guys? My name is Wade with TechDaily. So nowadays, fewer and fewer companies are including charging accessories in the box when you buy a new device. That means we're all kind of on our own when it comes to powering up our gear. And since today's smartphones and tablets and laptops all have new, faster charging standards, the crappy USB plugs you've been hoarding all of these years are just not going to cut it anymore. Fortunately, Anker has arguably some of the best plugs, ports, and power strips that deliver the fastest charging speeds for all of your gear. And while I've personally been an Anker user for a while, they were kind enough to send me over a whole bunch of products from their latest super fast GaNPrime and Series 7 product line to check out. Anker has been in the charging game for years and years. I've showcased their power banks, their cables, their wall plugs, and their new GaNPrime standard is their most intelligent multi-device fast charging system yet. It's energy efficient, eco-friendly, and for our purposes, these new products maximize charging efficiency while keeping the devices safe from overheating, all while allowing the products to be smaller and more durable than ever. So thanks so much to Anker for keeping my devices safe and charged and for sponsoring this video. Now, if you just want the bare essentials, a solid portable plug for at-home and on-the-go use, I would recommend starting with the Anker 735 charger. This little guy is a 65-watt multi-port charging brick that's probably faster than anything you currently have and smaller too. It retails for $60, and with two USB-C ports and a USB-A port, you can toss out most of your old power bricks and charge any combination of the devices you have all at once with lightning fast speeds. With one device plugged in, either USB-C port will give you up to 65 watts of power. The USB-A port alone clocks in at 22.5 watts, and with multiple devices plugged in, this thing will intelligently allocate power to its respective ports thanks to Anker's Power IQ 4.0 standard, and produce a combined 65 watts of charging spread across multiple devices. Those charging speeds are more than enough to juice up any smartphone fairly quickly, iOS or Android, but also big stuff like iPads and tablets, and even laptops. It can charge a 13 or 14-inch MacBook from 0 to 100 in about 2 hours. The 735 is also super portable. It's not much bigger than like an AirPods case. It's 40 to 50% smaller than Apple's big laptop adapters. The metal prongs flip in too, so they don't poke anything or get damaged, and this little guy is built to last. Not only is it just made well, but Anker designed it in a way to ensure it doesn't overheat the plug or any of your gear. That's their Active Shield 2.0 technology at work, constantly monitoring temperatures and adjusting the power. Honestly, if you were to pick just one Anker charger from the list to use, this is the one to get. Now, as good as that one is, some of us might need a bit more power for bigger devices, and for that, Anker has their 737 120 watt charging brick. This one is actually not that much bigger in size compared to the 735, but it packs even more charging capability in a form factor that's similarly small. It retails for $95, and for that you once again get a 3-port setup with 2 USB-C and 1 USB-A. Utilizing one of the USB-C ports gets you up to 100 watts of power. The USB alone is 22.5 watts, and with multiple devices plugged in, Anker's Power IQ standard kicks in again to distribute up to 120 watts of total charging speeds to the devices that are plugged in. The 737 is powerful enough to pair with Apple's 16-inch MacBook Pros, and you could be charging the latest iPhone at the same time as well. It's 40% smaller than the MacBook chargers you might already be using. It's got the same flippy prongs for easy carry and storage, Active Shield 2.0 to monitor temperatures and keep from overheating, and while it might be overkill for some folks, I think for business travelers or for those of us who like to take larger laptops on the go for school or for work, this power plug would definitely come in handy. By the way, both of these plugs come with a little rubber stabilizer attachment that you can slide on that helps it stick to the wall outlet better. You don't want the plug falling off some loose, overused airport plug, so all those little suction cups give you a bit more hold to ensure that everything stays plugged in. And I should also just quickly mention, Anker has still an even faster portable power plug, their 747. This one is a beast. It's a 150 watt 4-port plug with 3 USB-C and 1 USB-A. It has all the same Power IQ and Active Shield technology as the smaller ones to properly maximize charging speeds and not overheat. It too is still smaller than Apple's own big 140 watt laptop adapters that only have one USB-C port anyway, and for $120, it might actually be the best deal of the bunch. This thing has the capability to power just about every laptop, tablet, iPad, Nintendo Switch, handheld, whatever you have. So if you travel with a lot of gear, especially some of the bigger devices, this one is going to be the top of the line for those purposes. Now, when you're on the go, you're obviously not always going to be near a power plug, and Anker, of course, has a solution for that. This is their 733 Powerbank, and it's a combination product that's perfect perfect for travel. It retails for around $100, and like the name suggests, its first purpose is as a power bank. It has a 10,000 milliamp battery built in, which means you could theoretically charge up an iPhone or other smartphone at least 2 full times using the power bank alone. And it has a nice power button and LED indicator light there that lets you know how much juice is left. On the side, this thing also has those foldable power prongs, which means its second purpose is as a traditional power plug. You get 3 ports on it, once again, 2 USB-C and 1 USB-A, and as far as its max charging speeds, if you're using it as an on-the-go power bank, each USB-C port can juice up to 30 watts, the USB-A at 22.5, and with multiple devices plugged in, you'll get 15 watts each across the board. And when it's plugged into the wall, that's where you'll get the full 65 watts from either one of the USB-C ports alone or spread across 2 or 3 ports using Anker's Power IQ 3.0 standard. Something like this is great if you aren't quite sure when you'll be near a wall plug next. Airplanes don't always have the most reliable ports. Long car rides could mean you're fighting over a slow single charger. The 733 is really just the best of both worlds. Portable power plus that traditional plug when you're finally back to civilization. So let me ask you something. Do you still have a few of these lying around your house? I do, which is very embarrassing since I'm supposed to be a tech person. But fortunately, Anker actually has way better alternatives to the old ugly power strips of yesteryear. One of their best ones is this, the 727 charging station. And to be quite honest, it kind of blew me away. It retails for $95, and it's really not just a power strip. It's one of the best solutions for both powering and charging a number of devices all at once. Obviously, it's got 2 AC power outlets right there front and center. But in addition, you have 2 more USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports. That means this power strip can have 6 devices plugged into it at once, and you don't have to fumble with USB adapters or waste plug space. Also, do you see how thin and small this charging station is? Anker uses this super cool sort of proprietary plug type that makes it so the whole thing is not much thicker than a smartphone. And it was also kind of cool, when you use the AC power plugs, they sort of pop up a bit as you plug them in. Now for me, because I'm mostly charging like smartphones, earbuds, headphones, a laptop or 2, I don't want to have all those wall adapters for all those things, especially not plugged in and taking up space on an outlet. So just having all the USB-A and USB-C ports alone clears that clutter and makes everything way easier. But from time to time, I still do need a regular old power plug for like a camera battery or Wi-Fi router or monitor. So altogether, this is really the perfect office solution, I'd say, more than anything else. It is also a surge protector in the more traditional sense. Anker goes above and beyond for safety with their 7-point system. You've got voltage and current protection, short circuit protection, grounded protection, overheating monitoring. It's anti-static and fire resistant too, so the power station can basically handle anything that happens. Also, when it comes to the speeds, using one of the USB-C ports alone can yield you up to 100 watts of power. The USB-A ports are 12 watts each. With multiple devices plugged in, you're getting any combination of power that equates to up to 100 watts at once, and you'll still be good to have 2 big devices plugged in and powered up using the AC ports. So the 727 has replaced a number of ugly power plugs that I used to have, and especially here in my office, this has been a must-have for me. If you don't need a big power station, or maybe you even want some extra power plugs for travel, or want to have a true mobile workstation, Anker also has this, the 615 power strip, and it's weird to think of a power strip as portable, but that's exactly what this one is. For $69, this little guy gives you twice the AC plugs and a handful of USB charging options too, all in a form factor that you could absolutely toss in a bag or backpack. On the top side, you've got 1 AC power plug with 2 USB-C ports and a USB-A port. On the flip side, there's 1 more AC power plug for good measure, and hidden underneath this rubber cover, there's an extra 3 feet of cable that you can use if you need it. You can use half of it, you can store it away. It's a great solution. This power strip also has 65 watts of power, so 1 USB-C port gets that full amount. The USB-A port is 12 watts, and with multiple devices charging, like the other products, it'll intelligently distribute power across each port for the combined 65 watts of charging. And it also has that 7-layer protection of surge, short circuiting, overheating, fire, whatever may happen. You know your devices will be fine. All in all, Anker's GaNPrime devices are absolutely must-have nowadays. nowadays, since they're some of the best all-around charging products for just about every device. Whether you need a simple wall plug for your phone or earbuds, or you're a seasoned traveler for pleasure or business with laptops and a bunch of other gear, there's something here that can handle just about everything. And like I said, I've been a happy Anker customer for the longest time. They absolutely deliver some of the best products in the business, and I highly recommend them to pair with any and all of the tech gadgets you might use. So there you go, those are some of Anker's latest and greatest from their 7 series and GaNPrime lineup. Let me know what you think of these chargers and plugs in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, of course. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video though. Be sure to follow TechDaily on Twitter and subscribe to the TechDaily YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later.